shifters, dreamers, light guardians, all of you tuning into this from across this beautiful holographic matrix within this illusion that sometimes we call time. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Brendan, aka Wolf Shield, aka Skull Babylon, welcoming you and honoring the fact that you are here for another one of our regular guided global meditations that we do as part of the Paradigm Shift Central Project, a real world interactive game to be able to help assist with the shift in consciousness. And part of the way how we do that is through building community by encouraging people to choose to be the change they wish to see through interactive broadcasts, through our team Discord chat, through the content we are creating, the inspirational conscious media, by encouraging people to create physical paradigm shift communities wherever they are. And yeah, a big part of that is really about being able to have the digital sacred ceremony that we can create together as a community. And tonight is a very special one. Tonight, if you've obviously seen the title of this is going to be a very, very, very unique guided story meditation within the context of meeting Sasquatch. So that is the title of this broadcast. So before we officially get going, if those of you in the YouTube chat can just drop an 1111 just to confirm that you guys can hear me okay. I'm actually already seeing an 1111 in the chat, and I assume that's literally just those of you who are already in the flow and you guys know how we do things here. So just drop another 1111 if you don't mind, just to be able to confirm that you guys can hear me okay. And within this next couple of moments, I'll just give you the opportunity, as I'm going to explain things to you, share this broadcast with your friends. If you're listening live, if you're listening in the future, share it whenever you get the chance. Invite other people to tune in. Invite people to add their energy to this ceremony. And that's really what it is that we're doing here. So what you'll be able to expect from this meditation, and as I'm explaining this, I would really just invite you to begin getting comfortable, begin setting yourself up for this meditation. So that means finding a place where you'll be able to sit upright for this one. Sometimes when we do meditations, I'll tell you to hey, lie down, and if you fall asleep, that's okay. For this one, we're going to stay awake, unless if you do fall asleep, it's okay, no problem. If you want to be able to make sure that you stay awake, make sure you find a place where you're going to be able to sit up. So usually what I recommend is sitting on your bed or your sofa, your chair, having a pillow between your back and the wall, and then even taking another pillow and putting it on your legs, on your across your lap, and then just having a nice place to be able to rest your hands as well. And of course, this is a shameless plug. It's not even shameless. If you do have your light guardian crystal with you, for those of you who have gotten yours through the team Patreon support or the questitemshop.com, please feel free to keep it with you during the meditation, hold it close, and yeah, it's just like a little bonus perk for the meditations that we do. And again, the broadcasts are made possible thanks to the collective support of the community, in particular the team Patreon supporters. So if you're new to this, be sure to check out the Patreon afterwards. On the YouTube, you'll look up in the top right hand corner, see a little icon, click that will link you to the Patreon. And again, that's a monthly micro donation pledge to be able to help support the ongoing value and content that we provide for the community. So thank you again, everyone. And when you do that, you get your first Shifter Booster Kit. So be sure to check out the links afterwards if you haven't already yet for the team Patreon. So as you get comfortable, what you'll be able to expect within this meditation, we've done plenty of guided meditations here through the community, and oftentimes I really enjoy being able to do meditations that are basically like a first-person story. You can almost think of them almost as like a guided audio journey in a sense. And so that's kind of what we're going to go with in this particular one. And again, we do these broadcasts every Sunday at the time of this recording. Obviously, it's Monday. This is an unusual exception, but hey, it works out. It gave me more time to prepare for this broadcast, which was part of the reason. But normally be sure to tune in every Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for future broadcasts. And so again, what we're going to be able to do, we're going to do our standard routine of relaxing you into your body. And then from there, we're going to be able to turn our focus inwards throughout the meditation to be able to make sure that we're using our imagination to make our senses as real as possible, to make the world as alive as possible as we move through this story. This one's going to be fairly Relatively, actually, I don't even want to say too much, but if you're not an experienced meditator, it will be totally okay. Like, honestly, you could literally just listen to this story even while not meditating, and it will still be enjoyable for you. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get you guys nice and comfortable. We're gonna walk you into this, and then basically I'm just gonna kind of lead you into the story. And so as we do this, the context of this Sasquatch, we did a broadcast last week before this one, and it was all about Sasquatch. A big part of it was about Sasquatch. And so the context of what we're talking about here is related to the mystery of Sasquatch. Yet, if you haven't yet, obviously go check that broadcast out even afterwards. But the big thing that I feel is like a truth that I'm really resonating with is the idea that, we are past the point of debating whether or not Sasquatch is real. It's more so about being able to understand who the Sasquatch are as a people, as a species. What is their purpose? Why are they here? What are they here to teach us? There's hundreds and hundreds of counts of people who have had interactions with Sasquatch in many different ways. And so we're going to kind of get into a little bit of that and providing you, the listener, with an experience that will be for the purpose of opening up your heart, that will be for the purpose of connecting you deeper with the legend and the myth, and in some ways the truth of the Sasquatch. And out of that, this is about really just focusing towards the context of what this project is about. It's about encouraging you to choose to be the change that you wish to see. And through the relationship that we are establishing here with Sasquatch, it will continue to add inspiration to your journey. That is the intention. So, like I said, I'm trying not to spoil it too much, right? Just trying to build up the hype here. So yeah, let me just double check, make sure there's nothing else I need to go across. So the other thing I will mention within this, really just keep in mind that the story that we're telling, it's a story. It is a story. And at the same time, you are invited to be able to see it as an experience for you as much as you choose. You can just kind of see it as if you're watching a movie, but at the same time, how sometimes you watch a movie and you become the character? You can kind of do that, but just kind of associate with it in a way that makes sense for you. But at the same time, out of this experience, part of what we're getting into is the idea that this will be an experience. And because of that, there will be a reality to it. And so even for myself here, I'm very much anchoring into the intention of being like an ambassador for the Sasquatch. And so I'm excited to be able to do this. I'm a little bit nervous. For those of you who have tuned into these broadcast meditations, you know that there's usually a bit of a layout that I have, but at the same time, a lot of it from my end of things is also going to be very intuitive, very free flow. And so there's even parts to this story where, I'll be honest with you guys, it's going to be a surprise to me. And I'm just going to do my best to kind of be in that kind of, theta gamma state, and to really just kind of be able to walk through this story with you, and to be kind of in a sense, a conduit, not necessarily like a channel / more so conduit for the message of the Sasquatch. So I've been spending a lot of my time prior to this broadcast really studying the Sasquatch, listening to people's accounts, getting ideas, and kind of weaving it into a story that we can share with you guys. So with that said, thank you so much for tuning into this. And let's get right into this. So, like I said, I invite you to get nice and comfortable, and I also invite you after this broadcast to leave a comment. Let us know how it was for you. Your feedback is super appreciated. And then let's help Sasquatch share this story by simply just sharing this broadcast. So at this point, I would just invite you to get nice and comfortable, find a place on your bed, drink a cup of water if you need to. During the meditation, if you feel any need to scratch your face or anything like that, do your best not to. That's just your body trying to distract you and everything like that. Do your best to just kind of allow it to just pass. It will pass. And just focus on my voice. Focus on the story. Just relax and allow yourself to be guided through this. So let me just double check, make sure things are good. Coming across on the YouTube. Lots of 1111s there. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. And let's do this. Let's take this journey together. Let's go. Are you guys ready to meet Sasquatch? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if anybody's ever done this before. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to switch things over here. I'm going to take my video off and you will see the paradigm shift sigil up there. And let me just set things up so that the audio will be ready, and we'll have audio playing in the background as we get into the meditation. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So at this point, just invite everyone to get nice and comfortable. Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up to this practice. And again, reminding us that this is just a practice, that this is just an experience. And through this experience, the intention is to continue to further open our hearts, to open our minds as we continue to step into more of our potential as light guardians, as individuals, to help be a difference in this world. So thank you. Thank you for being here. On behalf of myself, on behalf of all the Sasquatch people who are tuned into this broadcast, maybe, thank you for being here. So at this point, I just invite you to gently roll your shoulders, relax your body, begin to relax your body. And if you haven't yet, gently, you can close your eyes. And we'll begin by connecting with the breath. Gentle inhales through the nose. Gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. Again, gentle inhales through the nose. And gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. So allowing your body to become relaxed. And as we do this, we'll first begin to scan our body to further relax it into a place of stillness. And as we welcome ourselves into this stillness, we will bring attention into our imagination as we begin to move into this story. So just a couple more breaths, mindfully, gentle inhales. With each exhale, just feeling your body become more relaxed. Good. And continuing to breathe, allowing the rhythm of the breath to naturally unfold. We'll begin scanning our body from our toes to our head. And as we do this, we'll just begin to prepare ourselves to go deeper into the meditation. So gently just bringing awareness to your feet, your shins, your knees. And as you do this through your pure will, just allowing your feet, your shins, and your knees to gently relax. Good. And bringing awareness up to our thighs, up to our hip, up to our groin, and gently allowing our thighs, our hips, and our groin to gently relax. Bringing awareness up to our stomach, up to our lower back. Just allowing our stomach and our lower back to gently relax. Bringing awareness up to our chest, up to our upper back. Just allowing our chest and our upper back to gently relax. Continuing to breathe. Good. Continuing to scan our body as we bring our awareness to our shoulders, to our biceps, our elbows. Allow your shoulders, your biceps, your elbows to gently relax. And bring awareness to our forearms, our wrists, our hands, our fingers. Allow our forearms, our wrists, our hands, and our fingers to gently relax. Good. And bring awareness up to our throat, up to our jaw, up to our tongue. Gently remove the tongue from the top of your mouth if you wish to. And allow your throat, your jaw, and your tongue to gently relax. And bring awareness up to your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your eyelids, your eyebrows. Gently allow your cheek, your nose, your eyelids, your eyebrows to gently relax. Bring awareness to our forehead, to our back of our head, to the top of our head. and gently, through our will, through our energy, allowing our forehead, back of our head, and the top of our head to gently relax. Perfect. And then just continue to breathe here. And as you do this, give yourself permission to be able to receive the lessons of this story, to be able to receive the medicine of this story. And so, this story in itself is one that begins many years ago. And in this moment, using your imagination, you gently begin to imagine yourself as a young child, no more than 2 years old. And it's late at night, and you are in your crib. And as you are in your crib, you feel yourself slightly restless, not yet tired, looking up at the ceiling, imagining yourself in different realms. And as you're in this space, feeling happy, feeling safe, feeling comforted, you feel a sensation come over you, a slight tingling on the back of your ears. And you gently stand yourself up within your crib. Your room is dark, and you look as you stand at the edge of your crib towards the opening in your closet. And as you adjust your eyes, you look carefully as you begin to see the shape of a large man appearing within the shadows of your closet. And in this moment, you do not feel scared. In fact, you feel safer than ever. And out of this form, you see 2 eyes emerging. And as these eyes connect with yours, you feel a deep sense of familiarity, a deep sense of comfort, a deep sense of family. You feel a part of you as if you want to be able to make noise, as if you want to be able to, in a sense, scream just out of the uncertainty, yet you are not able to, yet not in a way that is discomforting, yet in a way that is incredibly calming. And as you look into your closet with this large figure standing there, you see these eyes looking back at yours. And through your heart, you hear a voice, not in words, but in feeling. This voice tells you that this is your family, that this is your friends. And this voice tells you that they are here to watch over you, that they are here to guide you, very much like a big brother in a sense. And as you look into the eyes of this creature, of this figure, your imagination not entirely able to process quite what it is. It is not long until the figure itself slowly begins to step back into the darkness of the closet. But as it does, it leaves with you a message. It reminds you that it will be with you. That not just it, but they are always with you. And just like that, the figure disappears. You rub your eyes, trying to process what it was that you just saw. You're not sure whether you should call out for your parents, yet still feeling a sense of warmth moving through your body, a sense of comfort moving through your body. You gently lie yourself back down to sleep and allow your eyes to gently close. And this feeling maintains itself within your heart. And now, as time continues to move forward, you are older now, no more than 6, 7, maybe 8 years old. You are in the back seat of the car, traveling up to the woods to go camping with your family. You've been camping with your family a few times before at this same location, but you were younger then. And now, you return with a sense of independence, a deeper sense of awareness, and also excitement. You arrive at the campgrounds. You see the rich colors of the trees surrounding the area, with the fall seasons in full swing. The vibrant oranges and yellows stand out across the skyline as the forest expands beyond the horizon and into the mountains. The day moves on, and you spend it with your father or any other guardian. And traveling alongside them, in the context of this, we'll say it's your father. You spend the afternoon with your father as he does what he likes to do, to walk up to the nearby lake and to go fishing off the edge of the creeks. You spend the day with him walking through more trails, picking up sticks and twigs along the way, standing in awe of the ginormous height of the trees, always seeing the world with a sense of magic, constantly looking for it and constantly finding it. As you and your father spend your time together for the afternoon, your mother remains back at the camp that you had set up earlier. And as she's there, she is creating a vegetable stew that will be ready for you by the time you return. And so, as it approaches dinner time, you and your father walk back to the main camp area. And as you do, you see your mother has prepared the stew and it smells delicious. And so the three of you sit around, and with the fire in the middle, she pours you a bowl, and each of you begin to eat it. You feel the warmth of the stew moving down your throat as you swallow it, as you chew on the delicious hearty vegetables. You express gratitude for being here, for being able to spend time with your family. And in this moment, you just feel an overwhelming sense of joy and gratitude. As a young child, there is nowhere else that you need to be, no other thoughts
that are distracting you from this present moment. Your heart is open. As you continue to eat your soup, you ask for a second bowl. Your mother reminds you and says, "Careful, you don't want to eat too much, or else you might fall asleep." You eat some anyways, enough to fill your stomach. And then, slowly, the meal comes to an end. Your mother begins putting away the dishes. Your father begins to prepare more logs to keep the fire going into the night. You ask your mother and you ask her if it would be okay for you to go travel up to the woods by yourself. Being a safe space, and your mother always encouraging you to go out and to explore on your own, trusting your ability to take care of yourself and knowing that this is a safe space for you to do so. She encourages you to go out, but just reminds you to make sure that you're back before sundown. And so, the sun is still maybe 90 minutes away from setting, so you've still got enough time to go explore without needing to go too far. And so before you leave the campground, you grab a satchel and you put some nuts in it, and you grab an apple to save as a snack for later. You say goodbye to your mother and father as they enjoy their own time alone, and you go off and explore on your own. You walk up a slight hill near the campground, and there's a river that runs along the side, not far away from where you are camped. You begin to follow the trail, and with it, it takes you deeper into the forest. And as you do, you continue to let your imagination roam. You continue to look at the height of the trees. You continue to open your senses. You feel the air on your skin. You feel the sun. You smell the fragrance of the alpine trees. You look in the distance and you can see from your eyes as a child a landscape that can only be described as magical. And with the sun slowly approaching the mountains, you take a moment here to connect with your breath intuitively. And gentle inhales as you look at this landscape, the colors vibrant and bright, the sun shining back down on you. Gentle inhales and gentle exhales. You find your way back to the path and you begin to travel further up the mountain. And yet you have no obligation to stick to the path. Confident in your ability to be able to know how to get back to the camp without trying to wander too far away, you slowly go off the path, and then you hear in the distance the sound of a stream, and so you begin to walk towards it. And as you approach the stream, it rests at the bottom of a small slope. And so you take your satchel and you place it next to a tree at the top of the slope. And then you walk down gently and you find a place to sit down by the nearby river, just to be able to enjoy the water. And so as you sit here by the water, you gently play with it in a way that feels natural for you, putting your fingers in it, feeling the texture of the mud between your fingers, even taking a stick and just drawing circles in the wet sand. You continue to be present in this moment, becoming aware of the sun reflecting off the water. You marvel at the light dancing on the ripples of the water, and you're amazed at the magic in this moment. You're amazed at the beauty that this moment holds for you. You look up to the sun, and you see it beginning to get closer to the mountains. You figure at this point you probably have about an hour left, but you're in no rush. And so you take a moment here and you connect with your breath intuitively. No one told you to do this, you simply just do it. And so next to the water, just breathe in the atmosphere and the peace and the calmness of this space. Gentle inhales through the nose. Gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. You turn your attention inwards to your heart. Gentle inhales through the nose. Gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. And with your attention turned inwards in this moment, you feel a slight tingling rise up your spine. You feel the hair on the back of your ears begin to rise. Your intuition tells you that something is about to happen. You open your eyes in this moment, and you look back to the ridge, expecting to see something. But nothing is there. You turn your attention back to the water, still feeling a sense of heightened alertness, yet you aren't scared. You're not quite exactly sure how to describe the feeling. And you try to let it pass. And as you do, you stare back into the water. And then, suddenly, right in the middle of your vision, a small kerplunk in the water happens before you. It startles you. You suddenly stand up. You look around. You look to the sky as if you were expecting to see maybe a bird flying by, dropping a berry. But no, there's no birds in the sky at all. Not right now, not where you are at least. You're perplexed in this moment. You look back to the ridge, still nothing there. What was that? You're not entirely sure. You knew it wasn't just your imagination, though. At this moment, simply feeling called to do so, you walk your way back up the ridge, and you grab your satchel that was rested against the tree. You decide to make your way back to the path, and as you do, you sling your satchel over top of your shoulder. You reach in to grab your apple, and yet as you do, there's no apple to be found. You rustle your hand around deeper into the bag. There is nothing else in there. There is only trail mix, but there is no apple. That's weird, you think to yourself. Did I bring an apple? Did I forget to bring an apple? I don't understand. You think to yourself. You're confused in this moment because you're pretty sure that you brought an apple. But the fact is, it's not there. Nonetheless, feeling as if there is nothing else you can do about it, and assuming that perhaps it must have fallen out along the path or some other explanation, you decide to slowly begin to walk your way back to the path. And as you are walking on the path, The sensation that you first felt down by the river has not left you. You still feel an intuition, a sensation in your heart, a sense of familiarity. And as you are walking along the path, you continue to do so, making your way back towards the direction of the camp in order to be able to make sure that you're home well before the sun sets. And yet, as you are walking there, thinking to yourself, still caught up in the mystery of where did your apple go? And then you hear a voice. You hear a voice within your heart, not in words, yet still directing you, calling you. You look towards your right and you see a small adjacent path branching off of the one that you are on. You didn't see this other path when you were coming in the first time. And figuring that you still have time to share, you decide to explore it a little bit more, uncertain of what to find, yet intuitively guided. And so you pull back a few branches that are covering this path, and you make your way onto it. You continue to walk along it, and as you do, you feel again the hair on the back of your ears rising, a sensation in the air, and you continue to walk further down the path. And then, in front of you, off in the distance, you see something that catches your eye. You were just looking at the tree line, yet as you did, you saw something looking back at you. You squint from a distance, unable to really even make out what it is. You see a big tree, and yet at the base of this tree, you squint even harder. And as you do, you see a pair of eyes seemingly floating in mid-air, slowly and calmly looking back at you. You feel the energy rising up through your spine. In this moment, going back to the same sensations that you had when you were a young child in a crib at only 2 years old. A sense of familiarity washes over you. And soon, right before your eyes, in a way that is hard to explain, in a way that looks like it's a mirage or an illusion, you see the shape of a person beginning to emerge, beginning to appear as if out of thin air, slowly forming and unfolding around these eyes looking back at you. And just like that, in front of you, in a way that is almost beyond your belief, you see a humanoid sitting down on the ground with their legs crossed, looking back at you. Yet this is not like any human you have ever seen. This is not a person. They are not wearing clothing. They kind of look like a bear. They have hair on them. But I'm not scared. And then you feel the voice within your heart inviting you to come closer, welcoming you to come over to where they are. You're only maybe less than 20 meters away. You grab onto your satchel, gripping it tightly, simply needing something to hold onto. And in this moment, you're both excited, slightly scared, yet again, a sense of familiarity, a sense of comfort is the predominant feeling that governs your actions within this moment. And so you take a step, and you take another step, and the entire time you do not break eye contact. And as you get closer, the light through the branches of the trees illuminates the face of this person, and you see a softness to their face. You think to yourself, they look kind of like a monkey. You've never seen a person who's ever looked like this before. This is entirely new to you. Yet you think back to the time when you were in your crib, and it clicks in that moment. The feeling makes it obvious. Whatever it was then is the same thing that's in front of me now. And you feel the voice inside of your heart gently calling you closer, welcoming you over to where they are. And at this point, you are there. There is no illusion. There is no mirage. You can smell the creature. You are so close to it. You are mere feet away from it. It is sitting down, and even still, it is the same height as you are now. Your eyes are at the same level. You see the details on this creature. You look at its face, covered in hair, yet its cheeks are round and its nose is round, and it kind of looks cute and friendly, and you can see it looking at you, its head gently swaying, its eyes blinking with curiosity. You look at its shoulders, large and wide, bigger than your father's. You look at its hands, large, with palms that are massive, hair all across the top, yet clean and hairless on the inside of the palms. And you look down at its big legs, its legs twice the size of your arms, maybe even 3 times bigger. And the most notable feature of all, my goodness, its feet. Its feet are big. Much bigger than you would ever see on anybody you've ever met. And as you look up and down at this creature, the magic of this moment fills you with excitement. And yet this is not something that you are questioning, for you are merely present in this moment. You see the creature looking at you with an equal amount of curiosity, with an equal amount of inquisitiveness. And you stand there for a moment, your eyes looking back at each other. And now that you're close enough, you can see the colors of the eyes. A vibrant blue with a hint of amber. Shining in the light of the sun, they appear to radiate, and yet they give you a sense of belonging, a sense of calmness. This creature gently nods to you, inviting you to sit down in front of it as it is doing. You take your satchel off, and you gently cross your legs, and you gaze into its eyes, and you feel a sense of heart-opening expansion. You can feel a communication happening beyond just words or noise. You feel a powerful sense of familiarity, a powerful sense of something bigger that you are in the presence of. And so you take a breath here as you eye gaze with this creature, with this Sasquatch. And you see deep into its eyes. And you do not see something animalistic, something foreign. You see something so gentle, so kind, and so wise. Something that your heart as a child understands. And then the Sasquatch gently takes its left hand, and with its palm facing towards you, it holds its palm up in front of you, and it looks you in the eyes, and you understand. And so you lift your right hand up, and you face the palm towards it, and you gently begin to move your hand closer to it, as it gently moves its hand closer to you. And then, as your fingers hover a mere centimeters apart, you feel a wave of electricity moving up through your body, a wave of excitement and yet calmness permeating throughout your being. You take another breath here. You are incredibly present in this moment. The being gently looks you in the eyes. You understand its guidance. And then you gently move your fingers closer. Its hand stays still. And as you move your fingers closer and closer and closer, you feel the electricity between your hands. And when you are in a space where you are feeling ready to do so, you gently place your fingers against the fingers of the Sasquatch. Your breath moves deeper as your fingers make contact. You feel energy moving up through your spine. The physical touch between you and this creature has ignited something in you. And you can tell that this creature is equally as excited. And then from there, the creature closes its eyes, as well also directing and instructing you to do the same. And as you do this, you turn your attention inwards. And the voice before that was just a feeling begins to speak to you in words. My friend, my beautiful friend, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me here. I have waited and yet not waited at all for this moment. Patiently seeing you grow. To be able to have this space with you now to share the gifts that I share with you on behalf of our people, on behalf of the brothers and sisters who have been alongside you longer than you even know. And in this moment, you are simply attentive. And as the Sasquatch speaks to you through your mind, your visualizations go naturally wherever they are called to, as you continue to listen carefully to the words it speaks. There's so much to be able to share with you. And yet anything I tell you is something you already know, is a truth deep within inside your heart. And I am privileged and honored to be able to help remind you. And so let me explain to you who we are and how our stories are one in the same, why our paths intersect, and how we are both here to help each other. You see, my friends, we, the brothers, the sisters of the forest, we are not simply of this world. For you see, wherever there are forests, we will be there. Wherever nature thrives, we will be the caretakers and the guardians of that sacred connection, of those sacred lands. And as the Sasquatch continues to tell you its story, you begin to see visions appearing in your mind as if you are floating above the infinite landscape of forests rolling upon hills and hills beyond the imaginable landscape of the mind. The Sasquatch continues to tell you its story, and you understand that the vision you are seeing right now is not even of this planet, is not of Earth. My friend, you must understand that it is our sacred duty, as is the beings who all carry their own sacred duties, to be with the forest. And we have done this over and over again throughout the ages. We care to the forest, we tend to the branches, we tend to the rivers, we tend to the flowers. We live our life with an open heart and an open mind, and we are here to assist our brothers and sisters of all species, of all types of human, who we meet along our way. And you must understand that that is why we are here now, that we are here before you in this moment. It is because we are here for the earth. It is because we are here for nature. It is because we are here to live and remind you of how sacred your connection to nature is, of the truth that you are nature, that we are nature, that the forest is us. And so I meet with you here now to be able to share with you this experience, so that you can share this message with as many people as you can, so that you can live your life with an open heart, so that you can lead others back to their own remembrance of their connection with nature. For many years, we have watched the species you call man from the shadows beyond normal time and space as you perceive it, assisting those who were ready to receive the message, guiding those who would meet us with an open heart, and doing what we can to be able to help the earth, to be able to help assist this planet in healing and continuing to thrive. And yet, as you will see as you grow older, there are those of you who have lost their way. There are those of you who have forgotten that they are the forest. And that is why we must work together. For there are deeper wisdoms that will be revealed to you in time. There is more of the magic that you will see come to you in time. For there are many men who do not wish to meet us, and we do not wish to meet them. Not yet, at least. Not until they can meet us with an open heart like yours. The heart of a child. The heart of those who can still see the magic, who can still be the magic. And so I am grateful for you to be here. For we as people, we are much like you. We exist in ways that are very different, yet in many ways that are the same. For you see, for us, we do not exist just in the same dimension as you do. Time does not tick the same way it does for you as it does for us. We can move with more will. We can travel with more freedom. We exist across many points of time simultaneously. And as real as this conversation I am having with you is right now, I am also having this conversation with many others who have come before you, who were ready to receive this wisdom. And so you must remember the power of your heart. You must remember to treat others as family. You must remember to see the forest as you are, and to protect it, to be a guardian of it, to be a guardian for light, for the heart, for the forest, for people. Help guide them back. Help show them the way. For we cannot reach everyone, but through reaching you, together we can reach many, many more. And then with that, you gently feel a sense of warmth moving through your body, a sense of inspiration like a fire has been lit inside of your stomach as it bellows the chambers of your heart. You open your eyes in this moment as you gently pull your hand back from the creature. It looks at you again with its open eyes as you stare into its, processing this experience, and yet curious to go deeper, to understand what else there is still to be explored. And then the Sasquatch puts its hands down closer to its feet, and with its palms open, it invites you to gently place your hands into its palms as you hold hands, feeling incredibly comfortable, feeling incredibly familiar. And you take a moment here and you speak to the Sasquatch within your mind, intuitively understanding that it can understand you. You ask it, curiously enough, as a young child would. You say to it, caringly, "Are you alone?" And the Sasquatch, looking back at you, speaks into your heart. "No, my friend. There are many of us here. There are many of us across many lands, in many forests. Where there are trees, we are there. And for you see, my friend, like I said, you and I are not that different. For I have a family. For I, too, have a mother and father. I, too, have a brother and sister. And as a sister to them, I am here to help lead. And at a young age of my own, I was assigned to be able to watch after you. For you see, though you and I may look different here and may live and lead different paths, there's something inside of us that has known each other beyond this lifetime. And it has been an honor to be able to watch you grow. And know that I will always be able to see you. Wherever you are in your heart, I will be there too. You begin to feel a deeper understanding for this person, no longer seeing them as something as mysterious, yet still equally magical. You understand that they too have a family. You understand that they too have a purpose. You understand why they are taking the time to guide you. For though you are a young child, you know that this message in this moment that you're receiving is something that is incredibly important, of incredible significance. And you know that you will carry this with you further, to be able to return and share with those who you meet. And so as you hold the hand of the Sasquatch, it closes its eyes, inviting you to do so again. And as you do this, you breathe into your heart as the Sasquatch guides you into the breath, and it reminds you how important the breath is. You must understand, my friends, that the breath is the source, that the breath beats the heart. And when you are in your breath, You are connected with your heart. And when you are connected with your heart, you are connected with the wisdom of it. The wisdom that I share with you is not just mine, it is ours. And as you do this, your vision slowly begins to illuminate with that of a galaxy appearing in your mind. And you can feel that this isn't just your imagination, but this is an image being placed and being shared into your vision, into your imagination from your friend. And you see this vastness of this galaxy spinning and spiraling. The majestic size of it ignites the energy moving through your body. And you feel yourself beginning to move closer towards this galaxy. And as you do, you feel yourself soaring between planets, soaring deeper through the cosmos, between asteroid belts, between clusters. And slowly, soon enough, you begin to feel a sense of familiarity as you see a blue marble in the distance. And you realize as you move closer to it, flying at a speed that is incredibly calming yet fast at the same time, that this marble is none other than Earth. And you soar through the atmosphere of Earth as you move through the clouds. And you are soaring above the landscape of it now, seeing the mountains and the trees and the forests unfolding. And you see the rivers and the streams. And you hear the voice of your friend as you continue to fly over this landscape. See this. Look at this. See yourself in this. See the veins of the rivers as the same veins that move through your body. See the spiral of the galaxy as the same spiral that exists within your fingerprints. My friend, understand that you are not anything small, yet you are infinitely huge, simply pretending to be small. And as this vision continues, you fly closer down towards the trees, and you see the branches in the intricate details. The vision slowly beginning to stop at individual leaves, and you see the patterns in them. You see the same patterns in them, the fractals and the spirals of all the forests coming to life, igniting towards your attention. Things that you had seen before suddenly becoming more luminous, suddenly becoming more magical. You can see every inch of the forest simultaneously. You can feel the breath of the forest as your breath. You can see the patterns of the flowers as the patterns of your heart. You can feel the wind moving through through the trees as the same wind that moves through your lungs. You see the branches as the same branches of time that expand beyond the past, beyond the future, and yet root you into the now. You feel this flood of information, some of it beyond your comprehension, yet still being received into your heart, boiling into the single truth that you are the forest, that you are nature, and you are remembering. And as you breathe into this moment, you feel the breath of the entire forest move into your lungs. As you exhale, you feel the entire breath of the forest brushing through. You feel the expanse of the entire energy. And yet, in this moment, a sense of calmness slowly begins to bring you back to the presence of the heart. And your friend, the Sasquatch, she reminds you in this moment, as you breathe, pay attention to the in-breath. Pay attention to the out-breath as you breathe in all that you need and expel all that you no longer need. And yet, more important than either, pay attention to the space in between the in-breath and the out-breath. Feel that moment, for that moment is the space where we meet. And so you breathe into this moment. You exhale. And you breathe again, feeling in this moment that space in between. Take notice of it. Give it attention that maybe you have never given before. Almost hidden within plain sight, hidden within every breath. Yet you feel that space in between. Right now, gentle inhale. Right there. Again, inhale. There. That space between. You feel the same feeling that you felt when you were a child in your crib. You feel that familiarity of comfort and of family and of purpose and of love and of deep truth and ancient wisdom. That moment holds so much, and there is still more for you to be able to see within it, your friend says to you. And so you continue to breathe here as you feel yourself soaring above the landscapes within your imagination, feeling a sense and connection to nature that you had always felt, but now it is reactivated. It is activated in a way that it was previously dormant to. It was like a seed has now sprouted. Your vision has expanded. Your heart is open. You feel a sense of playfulness filling you. You feel a sense of excitement filling you. And slowly, your vision begins to move deeper into the forest. And as it does, you look down below and you see the same river that is next to the campsite. In fact, you see the very campsite of your mother and father as you seemingly fly over top of it. You think to yourself, acknowledging it, be like, hey, are we? And then just like that, you fly further over top of the woods, and gently your vision floats down through the tree lines. And as it does, you see yourself and your friend, both of you sitting there, observing yourself from outside of your body. And your friend's voice comes over your heart again as your vision slowly begins to merge itself, almost entering back into your body. It reminds you. You see and understand now, my friend, that I am here to teach you and remind you that you are so much more than your physical body, that what your mind is capable of is incredibly important. You and I, beyond the forms that we take now, we are the same. We are that of light. We are that of love. We are soul. We are spirit. We are one, just as you are one with the forest. And I need to remind you that on your path, that on your quest, there will be times where you will find yourself in the darkness. Yet know this, that no matter how dark it gets, you will never be without light. For my friend, you are light. And with this, you take another breath. And you feel the illumination of your body. With your attention on your heart, you understand now that this physical realm is just one matter of perception. And yet, you feel a deep wisdom and a deep intuitive understanding of the very simple idea that you are light playing in this physical form. And that's exactly what you are doing. You are playing, but you are also here with purpose. And so, with your attention on your heart, you slowly open your eyes, and you open them up within your imagination as you see into the eyes of your Sasquatch friend as they look deep into yours. And so, my friends, the sun is beginning to set. And for now, we will say farewell. But before you go, I give with you a mission. I give you a very important purpose. That purpose, my friend, is to be a guardian, is to be a light guardian, as I am too, as we both are. We are here for the same purpose, to help the earth, to reignite the wisdom of the heart in as many beings as possible, knowing that that wisdom is there. And so, as you go forward on this mission of your guardianship, for whatever love calls you to, know that we will be with you. Whenever you are in nature, we are with you. Whenever you are in your heart, we are with you. And you feel a deep sense of trust and excitement and confidence and courage and compassion filling your body up. You are a small child, yet in a sense you can almost feel who you will be when you are older, who you will become when you can further integrate this wisdom. And you are excited. You are excited because you know that this story is now bigger, that this context has shifted, that you are part of something beyond just this earth, that you have the support of beings who have been here throughout many different ages, guiding us and protecting us and teaching us when we are ready. And so, my friend, your friend says, carry with you this wisdom. Take it with you. Live it each and every day as you live with your heart. Your intuition will guide you. Plant those many seeds and continue to lead by example. Continue to lead others back to their heart and back to their connection with nature. For we need that now. And you must understand that there will be those in this world who will try to distract you from your connection to nature. And the reason why they do this, for their own confused agendas, is because when you are not connected with nature, and when you are not connected with your heart, you, man, can easily be controlled, can be manipulated, can be taken advantage of. And so your mission is to help people reclaim their power, reclaim their sovereignty through remembering their connection to nature, through remembering their connection to the heart. And so I give you the wisdom and the eyes to be able to see this truth, to be able to see the world around you for what it is, to be able to see those who are intentionally trying to distract many of men from their hearts. And you will bring balance. You will go places we cannot. Everything you do will make a difference. Everything you do is seen. Everything you do, we are incredibly grateful for we share this mission together. And I am thankful for that. And in this moment, looking at the Sasquatch, hearing its voice in your heart, feeling a deep sense of comfort, curious as a young child is, you ask it very innocently, "Can I tell my parents about this?" The Sasquatch lets out a small audible laugh in a Sasquatch laugh noise. So it's kind of like a and you laugh alongside with it. "No, my friend, not yet. Not yet. You will be able to tell your parents, and you will know when the time is right to do so. But for now, this message is for you. You understand what the Sasquatch means, though you were really looking forward to going back and telling your parents about it. You feel a deeper sense of purpose, and you feel a deep sense of commitment to this mission as a guardian that you have been given, that you have been activated into by the Sasquatch. And so, the Sasquatch tells you, and it says, "My friend, thank you so much. You will never be without us. I will continue to see you. I will continue to be with you. And so, this meeting will end. But even when you're not in the forest, you can invite us to meet you within your dreams. For within the dream time, both of us can meet again. And there is much more that I still would like to be able to share with you there, to teach you about the further powers of your heart and of your mind, to see the realms and the worlds beyond just this one." And you're excited by this idea. You're excited about the idea that perhaps you'll be able to go and dream about Sasquatch, to dream of your friends. You're excited to allow this relationship to continue, especially within your dreams. And then you look up to the sky and you realize that the sun is now much closer to setting than it was before. You look the Sasquatch in the eyes and you smile. You stand up, and as you do, the Sasquatch stands up as well. And in this moment, it finally hits you that, my goodness, this person is very tall, for they were sitting down the entire time, and yet standing in front of you, you see that they are at least 7 or 8 feet tall. Yet you're not scared at all. In fact, you're impressed. You look at the Sasquatch, peering up at it from your height as a child. The Sasquatch looks down at you, gently and calmly. You feel the love in your heart expanding. And as a child commonly would, you intuitively reach forward to hug the Sasquatch. And the Sasquatch welcomes it as you hug it at about its waist height. And you feel its arms gently around you. And you feel in this moment its breath moving through yours, its heart synchronizing with yours. And you take this final moment to breathe together. Gentle inhales, noticing the space between. Exhales. Hugging Sasquatch, one more breath. Gentle inhales. Space between. Exhale. You gently release the hug, feeling the warmth of it still in your heart. And then you begin to look back towards the path in which you came. And you tell the Sasquatch in your mind, "Thank you. I'm so glad that we got to have this experience. I will remember this always. I will fulfill the mission. I will be the guardian. And I will be of the heart for myself and for all beings." And even though as a young child you speak with a deep sense of purpose and confidence and maturity of a soul that is far older than what your physical body is, the Sasquatch looks back at you with eyes soft, a gaze that expresses that it is quite excited and proud of who you are and who you are becoming. A sense of hope fills both of your shared hearts. The Sasquatch gently nods towards the direction of the path. And as it does, you turn your direction towards the path. You take your satchel and you throw it back over your shoulder. The Sasquatch stays where it is. And yet you are still talking to it in its head. And you say to it, "You know, thanks for the apple. It was delicious." And just like that, it cues into you the moment and the realization, the apple, that explains everything. And you turn around to look at the Sasquatch one more time as you wave goodbye. And as you do, you see, now at a distance, underneath the tree, the Sasquatch standing there, not quite solid, shifting through dimensions, and yet it is not alone. You see 4 other Sasquatch standing around it, 2 slightly smaller ones and 2 slightly larger ones, each of them looking back at you. You take in this moment and you breathe as you watch them slowly disappear. And just like that, they're gone. At least to your sight, but not within your heart. And so, you slowly make your way back onto the main trail. You reorient yourself, and you begin to walk back towards the camp. The sun has not completely set, and so you've done exactly what you said you would do, and now you're returning back at the right time. A part of you is incredibly anxious, with excitement to be able to tell your parents all about this. Yet you know that now is not the time. When that time will be, you will know. But it's not right now. This is for you. This is for you. And so, as you walk down from the top of the hill, You see the campground off in the distance, and you see the fire that your father has built. And you walk down there, and you see your mother and father with a chair out, waiting for you to sit in it, and with a big, warm, cozy blanket. Your mother and father look to you and they ask you how your adventure was, and you just smile and you say, "It was good. It was fun. I made friends with the forest." And they just kind of chuckle and laugh. And so you spend the next few minutes as the sun sets and dusk rises, the sky becoming dark. You peer into the fireplace, and you slowly feel yourself wrapped in the warmth of a blanket, reflecting on the journey that you just went through, reflecting on the journey and adventure still ahead. And you slowly begin to feel yourself drifting, 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 until you fall asleep. And with a warmth over your body, a sense of love still in your heart, you can feel the paths opening. You can still feel the connection between you and your friends. And as you breathe in this moment, gentle inhales, the space in between, that's where they are. And then, slowly, you feel yourself waking back up again. It's morning now. And you gently rub your eyes. You're back inside your tent. I guess one of your parents must have moved you there after you had fallen asleep. You get up out of your tent, and you see your parents beginning to pack things up, getting ready to hit the road first thing in the morning. And you look towards your parents, and you see them as they're packing things, and they see you, and they say to you, "Good morning. Wow, you had a good sleep last night. You were sleeping for hours." And you say to them, be like, "Yeah, well, I was pretty tired, I guess, right?" And your mom said to you, she said, "Yeah, I thought you were going to go out hiking after dinner, but instead, after eating all of that stew, you ended up just falling asleep right away. No surprises there. You usually do. I told you not to eat too much of that stew." And then suddenly, a wave of realization floods over you. You reflect in this moment. Was it just a dream? And then this thought continues to linger. And soon enough, you are in the car on your way, leaving the campgrounds, pondering as you look towards the forest and you see the rolling colors of the oranges and the red moving outside the car window, your parents chatting in the front seat, and you just reflecting in the back. Even if it was a dream, it was still real. You know it was real. You can feel it within your heart. The lessons they taught you, the mission they passed on to you, the inspiration they ignited, it's with you. It will always be with you. And then, as you breathe into your heart, you hear and you feel the sensation. The hair on the back of your ears tingles. And you look out the window, and as you do, you see the silhouette of a figure standing in the tree line. Your car drives past it. Your eyes gaze with deep attention. That was them. It drives past them in less than a couple seconds, yet you knew for certain that was them. They were saying farewell until next time. Maybe it wasn't just a dream. And just like that, as you continue driving away, looking into the woods with mystery and wonder ignited within your heart. The end. And so just take a few more breaths here. Gently, at your own pace, I invite you to slowly bring your awareness back to your physical body. Slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes and maintain this vibration that we have created through this story, and continue to carry it beyond just this moment into your days, into your journeys ahead, into the many stories that you still have before you. Awesome. Well, there you go, boys and girls, light guardians. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'm excited just to be able to read some of the chat in the YouTube. So if you guys are coming back into the live session of this, please feel free to just leave any comments in the chat and I'll read those before we end the broadcast. So yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, like, complete just awesome honor to be able to share that story with you. For those of you who are familiar, you would have heard the broadcast that we did, like, about the Destiny School, but all about like Sasquatch and everything like that. I kind of shared a very short version of that story way back at the end, and that context, that story, that whole framework of it was actually something that, you know, I had in mind for like, I said I was going to originally do it as like a children's book or something, or maybe like an animation, and then like after the broadcast I'm like, maybe I can just do it as a guided meditation, maybe. So awesome. So yeah, so there it was. So you guys got to experience that. You're the first people to be able to hear that. So thank you guys again so much for that. I'm just keeping an eye on the live chat. Nothing popped in there yet. Oh, there they are. Okay, there. I think you guys are just getting in there now. Luna dropping in some explosive heart emojis. Thank you, Luna. So yeah, please leave your thoughts and comments. How was that experience for you? And again, you know, like, there's a lot of like truth to what we just did. Like, again, there's a lot of mystery still to the Sasquatch, but the ideas that came through there, like the idea of like them being wherever there are forests, like they are like the gardeners of wherever there are forests. That's a very, very, very interesting idea. And again, you think about the idea of like them being there on other planets, wherever there's forests, like, and now there's forests here on Earth, and that's why they're here. It's a beautiful idea. So again, you know, it's really just summarizing. Long story short, the Sasquatch are people too. They have lives, they have family. They're slightly a little bit different, multidimensionally wise. They can exist throughout time differently. They can like phase in and out of dimensions a little bit differently. They can like pass through solid objects. They can communicate telepathically. In many ways, you can almost think of them as like they have almost like more, in a sense, more evolved abilities, yet not that they are more evolved, but it's just that they're activated into some of the abilities that are already within inside us, such as like our latent telepathy and things like that. And maybe we'll be able to go invisible at some point. Maybe we already can. So anyways, I'm not seeing any other comments in the chat, and that's totally cool. Again, if you guys are tuned into this, please feel free to just drop those real quick. And it's 11:11 on the dot right now at the time of this broadcast. Hey, that's like the Sasquatch, like right there, saying hello in a sense. So think about that. You know, think about the idea of like Sasquatch, like really kind of like being able to, you know, still guide us, still be within our heart. The wisdom of the Sasquatch people. You don't have to like go to the forest and actually meet a Sasquatch in order to be able to be in union with the Sasquatch, to be able to be an ally of the Sasquatch. So that's a very powerful idea. They are with us now, as Luna says in the chat. They are with us now. Awesome. Yeah, and another comment in there just talking about the idea of the forest as the original temple. Totally. That's very much what this is about, right? Like, so we return to nature, we return to the forest, we return to our connection to ourselves. So again, there are some powerful ideas there. So I really encourage you guys to go out there, connect with nature, connect with the forest, take what we talked about here and apply it practically. Connect with your heart, connect with your breath, pay attention to the space between breath. And again, taking it a step further, inviting interaction between yourself and the Sasquatch people within your dreams, within your dream time, within your dream space. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reports of people who have these experiences. Like, this isn't just entertainment. Like, this is actual stuff that we're talking about here. And I think if we're open to it, I think if we're inviting to it, then, you know, right now we just sent out a signal. And I think the Sasquatch would be pretty excited about what it is that we just did here, especially with the intention of activating more people into the shared purpose of what ourselves and the Sasquatch are taking part in. So there you go, everyone. Let's wrap up this broadcast, and thank you so much for tuning into this. Again, you can be sure to check out any of the recordings on MP3 at Paradigm Shift Radio on iTunes, all of the videos at youtube.com/SkullBabylon. You can add your monthly micro donation support on Patreon at patreon.com/Brendan Culton and get your Shifter Booster Kit. You can check out more at ParadigmShiftCentral.com, and you can join our team Discord chat where we hang out during the week and talk more about what this broadcast was like for us at tinyurl.com/paradigm shift chat, and tune in for more regular weekly broadcasts that we do. Team roundtables Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and again, Sunday meditations at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless noted otherwise, but it'll be Sunday for the most part. The majority of it. This was an exception, but it worked out. I'm glad that it worked out. So awesome. So yeah, again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and thank you to the Sasquatch for connecting through my heart to be able to allow me to be a conduit, to be an ambassador for them, to be able to create this sacred ceremony together. So honoring our brothers and sisters of the forest, for reminding ourselves that we are all brothers and sisters of the forest. So awesome stuff, guys. Your mission is, as the Sasquatch said, go out there, be a guardian, be like a light guardian, be a guardian of the heart, be an ambassador of compassion, be an ambassador of the breath, be an ambassador of magic, and continue to help bring more light into this world. So beautiful, beautiful stuff. And with that said, we're going to bring up the outro music, and we are concluding this broadcast. Thank you again, everyone, so much for all of the shifty goodness that you bring into this reality. My name is Brendan, aka Skull Babylon, aka Skull the Wolf, aka Wolf Shield. Honoring the fact that you've been here with us tonight, continuing to ripple those inspirations further out into the world as we continue to shift the paradigms together. As always, keep it shifty, and I'll see you guys in the future. Much love.